Hey folks, I'm Chris and I'm your Commander Mechanic, here with another tune-up. But before we get started, I wanted to make a few special announcements. First of all, we've launched our Patreon. You can find it at patreon.com/cmdrmechanic. We've got support tiers for anyone looking to help the channel grow, and we thank each and every one of you in advance for your support. It's because of viewers and subscribers and patrons that we're able to improve and grow and do new things like our Let's Do a Brew podcast, the next episode of which is coming up soon. Also, if you want to submit a deck for a tune-up, you can email me at cmdrmechanic@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter at cmdrmechanic, or you can comment on this or any one of our videos. I'll read them all. So now, let's take a look at what's in the workshop today. Viewer King Kuma writes, "Here's my budget Niv-Mizzet the Firemind deck. I want to keep it inexpensive. This deck revolves around the Niv-Mizzet plus Curiosity, Tandem Lookout, Ophidian Eye combo to draw my deck and ping my enemies. King, this looks like a great start for a deck. Niv-Mizzet has a few flavors and they all work well with this combo type. Personally, I like Niv-Mizzet Perun helming this deck since he's A, uncounterable, and B, can start drawing and pinging the turn he comes in, provided other players are casting spells. He's a little bit harder to cast, but he's a little bit more impactful when he hits the board. Niv-Mizzet the Firemind, however, has some really interesting synergies with untap effects. We'll explore some of those options when we look at deck changes. The combo we're looking to win with on a budget here is any of the 3 cards that allow us to draw a card when the enchanted or soul-bonded creature deals damage to a player: Ophidian Eye, Curiosity, and Tandem Lookout. These are our combo pieces. This lets us draw our library and ping our opponents. It's important to note that if we can't kill all of our opponents with the cards left in our library, we can always break the loop by targeting another creature, even Niv-Mizzet himself, with the ping from the draw trigger. That stops us from drawing any further cards. This means we're going to want outlets to extend the combo, either letting us shuffle our hands and graveyards into our libraries, or that do damage on discarding cards, because we're going to have full hands. We're going to want to assess your mana base and your mana rocks. All of your non-basics enter tap, meaning you'd really be better off just running basic lands in the deck. I've mentioned in my lands video, linked here, that it's better to play on curve with an untapped basic than it is to play behind the curve with a tapped non-basic. Don't play non-basics just for the sake of playing non-basics. A lot of the time, it's much more efficient to just run basics. Your mana rock package is also a little troublesome. 3 mana rocks aren't where you want to be with the deck, and you aren't running Soul Ring. Let me know if you don't have a Soul Ring or you can't get your hands on a Soul Ring. I'll send you one personally. No Commander player should be without it. If your group has house ruled no Soul Ring, then that makes sense, as some groups are known to do that. But in regards to your mana rocks, we want to make sure that you're staying at the 2 casting cost level, not the 3 casting cost level. I go into this in a little more detail in my artifacts you should or shouldn't play video, linked here. We're going to want to remove a few of the higher casting cost burn spells from the deck too, like Lava Axe, Mystical Retrieval, and Hypothesizzle. I love that name though. You shouldn't be paying 5 mana to deal 4 damage to a creature, even if it draws you cards. Let's work to bring the curve down a bit and make sure you're paying 1 to 2 mana for burn and card draw or draw fixing, and ensure that you can cast your spells on curve. We're going to want to add in some inexpensive cantrips, some versatile spells, and some untap effects for Niv. Let's put in Brainstorm and Ponder, 1 mana draw fixing cards that let you dig a little deeper. Factor Fiction is one of the best draw spells you can ever include in a deck, so let's make room. Your burn package is okay, but dealing 2 or 3 damage for the cost of a card is underwhelming. It gets better with your synergies, but let's not count on them. Instead, let's let card drawing do the deck's heavy lifting. So I recommend a backup plan. Cards like Sphinx's Tutelage, Psychic Corrosion, and the new M21 card Teferi's Tutelage are all ways to be able to use your draws more effectively. You can target one opponent with each of these mill triggers while pinging down the remaining two. I'm not normally a big advocate of mill, but when you're drawing as many cards as you can in this deck, it works. With all of this card draw, I really recommend including Psychosis Crawler for another way to start damaging each opponent. Note that this is life loss and not damage, so it doesn't work with our card draw on damage cards, our combo pieces, but it's still a great way to maximize our synergies. This essentially gets you 2 damage if you've got your combo going every time you draw a card. Lastly, we'll want to discard. No, really. A lot of people really like to include Reliquary Tower in their decks because they like maintaining their options and a full hand, but discarding can be a powerful tool. Cards like Glinthorn Buccaneer and Brawlin Skyshark Rider are ways to use discard to double up on the damage each card draw does during discard. These 2 creatures also combo with our card draw auras for another outlet to infinite as soon as we have 8 cards in hand at the end of turn. You discard a card, ping each opponent, and draw more cards. That gets exponential and is sometimes a quicker route to victory than even Niv-Mizzet is. So let's look at our tune-up. We've taken your $40 deck, added $10 to it, and improved its consistency. We haven't changed the core mechanics, we haven't changed your goals or game plans, but we've given you some additional routes to victory. I've dropped the 3 mana rocks in favor of some of the better 2 mana rocks. It's never worth taking turn 3 off to gain 1 mana. Turn 3 is the money turn for most decks, where you need to start impacting board state. We've also removed all non-basics and replaced them with either basics, Pain Lands, or Command Tower. That's all you need in a budget build, and you'll find you're able to play on curve much more often. Then we've put out our discard damagers along with the new M21 card Ghostly Pilferer. Pilferer plus Glinthorn Buccaneer or Brawlin, plus one of our card draw auras or Tandem Lookout is another infinite ping combo if you don't have 8 cards in hand at the end of turn. You can discard a card to Pilferer, deal a damage with the creatures, draw cards, and then discard those cards again. Voila! As easily infinite as Niv-Mizzet is, especially if Niv-Mizzet becomes prohibitive to recast. Now, for upgrades, we have a whole bunch of options. This is a budget build, but this strategy is used at higher power tables. If you want to add some gas to this fire, I recommend some of these options. I mentioned at the top of the video a potential pivot for the deck's commander to the other Niv-Mizzet Perun. You could also look at the Locust God or Riel the Everwise for the same general flavor of wanting to draw and discard cards with some more straightforward lines to win with combat damage. If you want to add some pricier cards to the deck over time, look into Wheels. Not Wheel of Fortune, that's prohibitively expensive, but Wheel of Fate, Reforge the Soul, and Echo of Aeons all fits well into your deck. The latter of the 3 serves as a way to reshuffle your library and continue your Niv-Mizzet combo. And if you want to get into some shenanigans, not the card shenanigans, you can include Freed from the Real or Pemin's Aura in the deck to be able to draw multiple cards and ping multiple times with Niv-Mizzet alone. The cost of a blue draws you a card and deals a damage. Make sure to let us know in the comments below which direction you've chosen to go with the deck and which upgrades you're choosing to make. If you like our content, please like, share, and subscribe. It's with support from viewers like you that we're able to improve. If you really like our channel, consider checking out our new Patreon at patreon.com/cmdrmechanic. We want to grow, and we want to grow with you and give you some goodies at the same time. Until next time, folks, good luck and have fun. All advice in this video is advice only. Commander is about having fun your way. Don't let anybody tell you how to play EDH.